Welcome to the Life of You, the bonus episode where we tackle your dilemmas and share advice for life's trickiest moments. This week, I'm joined by Ben James and Sarah Wieczorek, who are continuing the legacy of their sister, Dame Deborah James, by raising awareness around bowel cancer and smashing the stigma around talking about bowel health.
You don't have to think you have to do everything. Like, everyone falls into their own little roles. You know, not everyone's great at going to the hospital and sitting through chemo. Yeah. Not everyone's great at picking up kids or cleaning and cooking. Like, you don't have to do everything. You can just be good at one or two things that help.
Your questions answered right after this. So this question is from someone called Ali, and Ali says, I've signed up for my first 10K and I'm doing it in memory of my mum. Any tips for finding motivation on the tough days and what keeps you going?
What's the reason she's doing it? So just remember why you're doing it, and I think that will be enough to just get you out there and get you past the finish line. Best of luck. 10Ks are brilliant. You'll enjoy it. It'll be amazing.
Do you think sometimes that the memory is actually, the hardness is what will make the day itself easy?
One, it's just good to give yourself something to feel good about as well. You know, it's nice trying to challenge yourself, like we were talking about earlier. But I think enjoy it, remember why you're doing it, and you know, think of it as a kind of nice way to, you know, remember who you're running for.
And don't worry if it takes you ages to. Yesterday, I was like, I have to get out for a run, or it's not happening. Took me about 3 hours from when I said I was going. So I think I said I was going at 2:00. I ended up going at 6 p.m. So that's 4 hours. It
really?
Took me that long to like
motivate yourself.
Yeah.
Right. So don't shame yourself.
Yeah, it's fine.
If the memory of your much loved relative is not enough to get you out of the house.
That's normal.
I think that's
fine.
really, do you know what? I think that's really great. And I hadn't thought of that. But, you know, if you still don't feel like training, that's very normal.
That's very normal. It's okay. And if it takes you a week, no, a week, I mean, you know what? But it took me 4 hours to be like, I'm going. And that was a Sunday. So then I kind of destroyed our whole day plans, really, because...
Yeah.
By the time I got back, it's like 8 p.m. Kids are like, seriously, where's dinner? But
they could have made you dinner while you were out running 10 miles.
But yeah, so, you know, do what you need to do to get yourself out there.
Yeah.
And you'll feel better than once you've done it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Brilliant. Hello, lovely listener. Thank you so much for being here on The Life of Bryony. We hope you're loving the podcast, but I would love to make the show even better for you. And the best way to do that, finding out more about you. And that means hearing more about what you like, what you don't like, or even the things you're totally ambivalent about. So I've put together a short survey. It won't take long to fill out, and it'll really help us to keep on improving the show. You can find the link in the show notes. Thank you so much. Now, let's get back to The Life of Bryony. Right, there's a question from Noelle who says, my best friend has just been diagnosed with cancer and I don't know what to say or do. I want to be a good friend, but I'm worried I might do the wrong thing and upset her. Any advice?
It's a tough one. There's no right or wrong for sure, because, you know, it's not just Debs, I know, and different people manage different ways. I think from my experience, the best thing to do is not always constantly ask, what do you need me to do? What do you need me to do? Sometimes just think about giving them some space, but then just forcing them to do stuff sometimes, or say, turn up with some food, or just send them a nice message from time to time, and believe that they will ask you for help if they really need it. Because I think sometimes people can get a bit pent up when all you think about is the cancer and what's going on. Sometimes just going for a normal day and not talking about cancer, for example, is really nice. But sometimes people think, and rightly so, that they should always be asking, like, how can I help? What can I do? And sometimes that's almost too many decisions. Yeah. Decision fatigue was a big thing with Debs from my experience.
Yeah, I think so. What Deborah loved was just normality. Actually, like, don't do something because they're unwell. Just do what you would normally do. She loved just feeling like things were normal for a moment. So if there's something that you enjoy doing with that friend, do that. because they'll really appreciate the normality. It's difficult. Deborah loved talking about it. I know people that don't like talking about it. So it's working out if there's someone that wants to talk. If they don't, respect that they don't want to talk about it. And that's fine. It works for both. About the doing, I'd say if there's something you can think, again, offers of help. I know I find it hard to be like, yes, please. I remember when Deborah was really ill, there was loads of people saying, oh, we can help, let us know. But sometimes you're like, I don't know what I need.
I don't want to need to let you know.
I don't want to let you know.
That's an extra thing to do.
Just do it. I remember and I've learned from that actually, because I don't think I was always very good at just doing, but there were people that just did. And whether it was, I've picked your kid up today, I've got them, or here's dinner, or, do you know what I mean? Just doing is great. So just, yeah.
I also think, I remember, I mentioned last year, a friend of mine was very unwell, and what we did is we created a WhatsApp group for they weren't in it. And we created something we called the spreadsheet, which was, it was a spreadsheet of...
Oh, a spreadsheet. I love that spreadsheet.
And it was a spreadsheet of when we were going to go to visits at the hospital, when we were going to be there in the evenings to help with the kids. And we just got on and we did it.
Yeah.
And then one person would let them know that it was happening. And that just took it out of their hands.
And actually, that's really important, like the one person, because actually, if you're getting it from loads of different directions, it's
fucking annoying.
It can be like, I don't know, and then you get no reply. Don't get offended if they don't reply. But I think that, like, if you can just organise who's doing what, do it. Like, even if it's like cleaning their house or something, so that they can use their energy to do normal stuff, like get them some dinners cooked.
Take the initiative.
Yeah. Just take the initiative and do it. And I learned from that. Someone went through something recently, and I just said, right, I'm picking so and so up, I've got them for the day, and it just gives them some time.
You don't have to think you have to do everything. Like, everyone falls into their own little roles. You know, not everyone's great at going to the hospital and sitting through chemo. Not everyone's great at picking up kids or cleaning and cooking. Like, you don't have to do everything. You can just be good at one or two things that help.
Also, I think there are people who are really good at dealing with dark stuff and being with dark stuff, and there are people that aren't, and that's okay. And like, if you're a person who's not good at the dark stuff, maybe take the cooking casserole role.
I agree. We always said, the one that reminds me, whether this is useful or not, is I just didn't tend to like get into too much depth about the actual cancer or what was going on that day, and I'd always get the call from Debs being like, if you get here in the next 10 minutes, you can get me out of hospital and they'll discharge me. But she knew, like, in the nicest way, like, if my mum went there, she'd probably spend another 2 hours talking about which medicines to bring home and what have you. So I just my job was just to pick up Debs as quickly as possible from the hospital and drop her off.
and not get embroiled in a conversation with the consultant.
And it's just different things, really. But, you know.
A massive thank you to Ben and Sarah for their warmth, honesty, and most importantly, for continuing Debs' mission with so much heart. Don't forget to hit follow or subscribe, and most importantly, take care of yourself. We'll see you next time.